Hey, it's been an interesting set of experiences from the last time I made a video. It's currently about 11 a.m. in the morning, just finished my workout in my home gym. Trainer comes thankfully to me and my home thanks to having converted one of my bedrooms into a personal gym. My maid just gave me this ginger juice. It is a different kind of, like, it's not spicy, but it's definitely has a strong aftertaste. I want to get every bit of this ginger. Just a little something. As I'm making this video in real time, there's a girl in my bed. So with my two maids here, you can see one of my kittens right there. There's 5 kittens that are roaming around my place that I call the Sal Mahel. And yeah, there's a girl in my bed right now, oversleeping. And it's quite an interesting week that it's been, because that's just the smallest interesting piece of this week. I had actually a date last night here. Well, like, she came over here and kind of had a home date. I turned off all the lights and had like these sorts of mood lights, music, ordered like desserts, and then we had a great overnight time. Like, it was like an overnight date, a sleepover, you could say, literally. And you know what's interesting is that I didn't have enough funds for this date, and I asked the girl that's in my bed right now, like, hey, do you have some cash? And she's like, you can borrow my card for your date. Like, she knew what it was for. So that's I found that quite rather amusing, that a girl was willing to let me use her card knowingly for a date with another girl. So just interesting little tidbit of my life and journey. But I haven't been on the dating apps or app. Honestly, I just use one because I just needed I need some time to me going through a lot, growing through a lot. But even with the girls that I do have in my life, it's proving to be quite the it's enough. It's enough to keep me busy. It's enough to serve the biological urges and needs, to focus on the more meditative and introspective elements. You know, it's funny, the girl that's in my bed right now, she saw something on my neck that looked like a bite mark, and she had mentioned, like, this was actually a few days ago. She's like, hey, something looks like you got bit by something on your neck. And I was like, yeah, it was a girl. It was the girl that I had that overnight date with last night, but an earlier date in the week with her, she had left a hickey on my neck. And then the girl that saw it, who acts like, looked like you got bitten by something, she gave me like a side-eye glance, and literally 48 hours later, the girl who said the bite mark thing, not the girl who gave the hickey, but the girl who like kind of noticed it, she tried to give me a hickey also. So it is it's wild. I remember being in Dubai at a business conference and met up with a wealthy friend of mine who I think is worth well over $10 million, like liquid. And he was telling me that he was in bed with a girl that bit his tongue to the point where it was bleeding. And I was like, what a crazy, wild guy. You know, he has these girls, and like how rough and how like exotic of a life that is, that a girl bit his tongue. And then literally the next night in Dubai, I was in bed with my Dubai regular, and she, not to the point of bleeding, but lightly bit my tongue. And I was just like, wait, do I have the same, like a similar exotic, crazy life as him? Because I was like kind of like thinking he's wild, he's like, you know, I'm not him. I'm like, you know, and I'm like, you know, to some degree, I have quite the life of my own that is noteworthy, or at least it's adventurous. And have some like protein shake. So I'm having a wonderful time working out, focusing on my inner growth, doing journaling, working on this stuff. My brother gave me this. Literally, all three of me and my brothers are working through our childhood traumas. A dear friend gave me this. So all this sits on my desk to help me work through the mental stuff, the mental game. And you know, speaking of that, as my hair grows back out, I want to rebuild so much of my inner self, what's underneath the hair, as well. I mean, the brain, yes, and then the biology, the physics. I mean, physique of myself. Speaking of another F word, finances. Hold on. The girl in my bed is asking if the coast is clear for her to come out, because she doesn't want to be spotted by my trainer, who did leave, and I already showered and whatnot. That's funny. Speaking of another F word, finances. It's progressing. As you can see, I have my math stuff going. I mean, I do calculations. That's one of my favorite things to do is figure out risk reward ratio, creating multiple streams of income. Right now, I've established, I think last time I talked was 2, now it's 3 streams of income. One is like a few $100s a day. One is like so one is like $100 to $200 a day. The other one is like $300 to $500 a day. And I just started another one, literally like parlaying that those profits into another one that is doing like $50 to $70 a day. So that was, I just started that like literally 3 days ago. So altogether, I'm hoping that these sets of starting from zero opportunities gets me out of debt. This nice place that I have behind me is now exactly 30 days. 30 days. Wait, where's the date? Where's the date? Right there. 30 days behind schedule in terms of payment. So yeah, which as much as I want to pay that to continue living here, because the landlord's team is not really bugging me, I'm rolling that into my business endeavors, my investment endeavors, income streams, and things of that nature, so that I can stand up again financially after a multi-million-dollar hit. So yeah. Oh, you know, it's also interesting. The girl that I was in bed with that gave the hickey, not last night, but the date before that, we were meditating in bed in between makeout sessions. Like literally sitting there listening to a guided meditation in our birthday suits. Yeah, I mean, like these kind of experiences, like I'm like, whose life am I living? You know, it's you would not expect someone like me to have these kinds of experiences. You know, like a normal looking guy, not normal up here, definitely not. I have a note written right next to this camera called positive self-talk. Another one that says ignite yourself. You know, little messages to myself, thought processes. But yeah, I have a lot of growth and development to do, and I want to do that as I'm regrowing my hair. I want to regrow myself better, physically, financially, spiritually, emotionally, sexually, life-wise. I'm looking for reasons to live, honestly. It reminds me of the story of this, I read it somewhere or saw it somewhere. It's like a memory or like a story that stuck with me about this man that was living in the States, who was suicidal, kind of miserable in life and everything falling apart and stuff like that. So he sold everything, went to Mexico, and for a week straight he did cocaines and whore and other drugs. And after so much, you know, euphoria, he found the zest to live, and he went back with a new perspective in life instead of ending it all. So yeah, I other than responsibilities, I'm looking for reasons to live, because for example, when I was in bed two nights ago with the girl that gave the hickey, we were making out for hours and kind of talking and you know, teasing and flirting, and it was just a very long night of like hours of this sort of build up, a foreplay. And near dawn, she wanted to make me climax, and but throughout the night I got some subtle hints that she was that there was some tension brewing in the fact that I was seeing other girls, which she said she was okay with. And she would ask sly questions like, oh, so did you see that movie with her? Oh, so like, when was the last time you were with her? And she would say like, oh, well, that answers that, or like she would make these comments that I'm like, this is very different than when I first met her, and she was all like, you know, she was pushing me towards the other girls. She's like, make sure you please them, make it a great night, or you know, like she would do that, and then I'm like, I'm sensing some tension here, and so I actually called off the climaxing, and she was very alarmed, of like, let me help you finish and whatnot. I was like, I really enjoyed my time with you. It was a great night, and it was very therapeutic. I really hope that you also enjoyed, and she did. But she was concerned. She's like, why are you not allowing me? Don't you want this, or you know, whatever. I was like, you know, this isn't the reason why we have to meet. And so it kind of ended in a in a tense undertone, where she and I felt a bit distant, and yet she and I were the most, like, it was an environment of non-judgment, you know, and I felt judged. And I told her, look, I'm a broken person. I have so much stuff that I need to work on in myself, not just stuff that I know I need to work on. That's just the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more deeper that I don't even know that I need to work on, that I don't even know that's broken. And so I kind of telling her, like, you knew what you, like, signed up for, like you can't get, and at the end she was saying, like, I asked those questions about the other girl because I was kind of hoping that you weren't that into her so that we could be something. And so you know, as wonderful as that gesture is, and as honored as I am, I told her, like, I can give you so much, a good time, great connection, I can be there for you, and also, like, she doesn't accept money from me, which I really wish she would, in the sense that I want to help her, not I want to pay for her time, and I appreciate her, so I really want to, like, that's just how I express appreciation, you know. That's just like, if you sell if all you do is sell oranges, you know, the way that you're going to try to express your appreciation to friends, family, strangers is, here's a bag of oranges, you know. So it's like, for me, it's, here's a bag of money, but she will not accept. So but I said, one thing I cannot give to anyone right now is commitment. The only thing that I can agree to is an open relationship, an open marriage, not because I will explore, I may, but because I can't have that door close. It's claustrophobic for me right now. So if you want this version of me, then that door has to be open. And she was like, couldn't I be enough? And, you know, it was just like a conversation that, you know, she said, what do you think of me? I said, I think you're looking for something very beautiful that I wish I could offer you. And then she said, so I have my answer. You know, it's people think this game is easy. I mean, like, people think that the and again, I'm not even playing out the level of, like, you know, a playboy, or, you know, someone that really is into that life. It's funny because I'm more of on the spiritual path, but this is just how I remove the biology out of the way to get to the post-nut clarity, so that I can focus on higher endeavors, exploring consciousness. Oh, look, it's whatever this is supposed to mean. I hear, like, these sorts of numbers are supposed to, I don't know, man. I don't want to, it's like numerology or something. But I've been seeing that a lot, so don't know what that means. Maybe like the movie Numbers, or 23, I think 23, where the guy sees 23 everywhere and everything calculates to 23, and then it's like a very twisted ending, where I think he is the person that wrote the book that he's reading, but he forgot. Very, very psychologically interesting movie. But yeah, I'm working through not just these. So I was saying, like I'm not even playing out the level of you know, somebody who's really into that life, somebody who's like a true baller. And yet I see the casualties the carnage, another C word, catastrophe, that is left, the reckoning that's left on the path of broken hearts, of disappointment, disconnection, of broken expectations. So like, I texted the girl after she left around dawn. Please let me know when you like get home safe, right? And to show like the kind of hurt or the how do you say passive aggressiveness or some level of her not taking it well. She said, you could just say that you don't want to meet me anymore, regardless of saying that. That did hurt. LOL. Peace. And I didn't reply. I didn't even open the message. So, as you can see, she's and I truly do care about her, and I know that she truly does care about me. She came here because she has medical expertise. She one time I was very ill, like with a fever, and I had texted her, like she was like just checking up on me, and I said I have a like a high fever, and she was heading home from work, and then she just headed straight here, and I'm of course in bed, like kind of like in a awake sleep state of trying to be alert, and I see that someone kind of wakes me up from this like semi conscious state, and I'm almost squinting because I'm like, is that her? Like, how did she get here? Like she appeared like a saint out of thin air, and kind of like it was really a cool moment that I won't forget, because it's not like she just showed up, you know, and when I was in need. So I will text her, just not right now. I need the time to work through some things myself. Anyway, so far the things that another girl texted, like she was saying something about how are you feeling, or something like how are you doing, or something like that. I said, day by day the world outside gets smaller and smaller for me. I lost faith in friends and humanity. The gym and the world in my head is my favorite places, are my favorite places, more and more each day. So I think that's about sums up kind of where I am with my perspectives right now. You know, life is an ever-changing collage of who we are, and this is just the things that I'm growing through this phase of my journey, and it is definitely a transitional state, and I'm curious to see how I evolve, who I can become, how I look back at these times in my life. It's all part of the life experiences that make for a very interesting and reflective life. I mean, I can always, you know, think about the fact that I, you know, meditated in that state. Man, I had such crazy experiences. Like, I was in bed with a girl, speaking to another girl, on the phone, and the girl on the phone is like, "So what are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm in bed with a girl," and she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "No, you're kidding. Like you're not actually in the bed." And the girl I'm with, I was like, just tell her something, and she's like, the girl next to me, she's like, "You have a nice voice," and this girl is like, "Who are you?" Like, and that was a girl that I had just met. So she was like, "What kind of personality?" And then what's interesting is the girl on the phone still wanted to marry me because she saw the kind of like adventurous life I have and whatnot. She wanted to travel with me, and I'm like, "Oh, cool. Like, how do we travel?" She's like, "You have to marry me." I'm like, eesh, kind of, not ready for that. There's some trauma built up there, but anyway, have a wonderful, productive day ahead. I'm saying that to me, not you. I don't care what you do with your day. I'm telling myself, I'm looking forward to a wonderful, productive day. In fact, I have some money-making activities to do right now. I'm waiting for my stretching trainer. I mean, I have one for upper body, one trainer for upper body, one trainer that just does stretching for like 45 minutes to an hour, and another trainer that's doing or helping me build my legs. So yeah, and then my nutrition is actually being picked up. I mean, like I'm getting better at that, eating more. The only area that I'm struggling with is sleep. For example, went to bed early. The girl next to me kept poking here and there, twisting and turning, and hey, can you give me a massage? And one thing led to another, and there I am at 3 a.m. having watermelon and talking about philosophy with her. So yeah. I will try to improve the sleep aspect, which affects everything else, including performance, in the daytime and the nighttime. So performance everywhere, mental and physical performance. But yeah, just wanted to share kind of these interesting little tidbits of not just this week, but of my life, in this stage of my life. And looking forward to seeing this is this version of me that's having these wild experiences. Can you imagine one that has more money, better physique, traveling a lot, has a more adventurous life? It's like I can see how that fast life, a little taste, little sampling of that fast life, but also, as I was saying, some of the setbacks of that fast life, no one to grow with, no one to build memories with, no one to philosophize with, no one to reflect, share sorrows with, no one who's going to be there on the worst of days. So it's I would trade all of this for that. Until then, though, these 300 dates or whatever this journey is, of finding her or finding myself or both, continues. So I'll catch you on the next update. Until then, make the most of this life.